Welcome to the Sunday stream. We're out here watching I'm just listening to this Asmongold's reaction to the video that Aztecross made about how fucking horrible Destiny 2 is currently with their transaction models and everything else. How incredibly pay to win it is.
So cute. Oh wow, that is something special. That guy's, there's a certain part of my that like whenever I hear that, I'm impressed. That's clever. You really got him that time,
How cluttered the Steam store is already with
Really
expansions, which by the way, you can buy with real money.
Wait, somebody says this isn't even their final form. Look at this. What the fuck is this? Oh my god.
Why not just add each season there too? Make an annual season pack? Hell, folks are already confused. You might as well add it. Something tells me we won't ever see a $12 silver purchase option anytime soon. Luckily, Bungie added the $15 option right before season the deal. And even created a $100 silver purchase option too. So if you want to bankroll their pockets even more, that's
you just spend $100. That way you can buy the next 10 dungeons, and you can save money by spending $100.
Yep.
a lot easier for you. And
But the funny thing is, probably by the time that 10th dungeon comes out, they'll have created.
So that's why, because I played D2 for a long time. I played at around 1,000 hours on console, and then I kind of got away from it because I moved to PC gaming. But then I got back into it because a lot of my friends that I used to play Destiny 2 with on console, they also moved to PC, and then I had people to play with, finally. So they kind of got me back into Destiny 2, but on PC. But there was no way of transferring any of my let's say like this. There was a way of transferring my characters and kind of the progression I had in terms of gear and everything else from console to PC. That was possible, but all the expansions, all the I don't know, the special editions that I purchased on the console, they did not transfer. So on PC, when I started playing, I had to buy every single expansion again to be able to do all the content in the game, because otherwise you limit it to just your base game, which really doesn't let you do anything apart from maybe PvP. Because all the main dungeons, all the main raids in Destiny 2, they all locked behind the either expansions or dungeon keys or whatever the fuck. And it's incredibly fucking horrendous. It's such a bad model. That was one part of why I stopped playing Destiny 2 as well, because I just like that because every season that they release, there's also a new battle pass, and then there's new things, there's fucking quarterly events that they do, and everything's usually like you have to buy this, and you have to buy this, and it's just like, come on. At what point do you start saying enough's enough, So for me, I was like, okay, I played like maybe 3 seasons on PC, put another maybe 300 to 400 hours into the game. But then, like, again, some of my friends stopped playing, I played for a little bit more on my own, and then I realized, okay, fuck, there's no way. This is okay. There's no way I'm okay with it. So let's just, cut the losses. And I haven't touched it for months now.
Increase the price again, so you've got to spend another $100. And then you just repeat the process. Oh, it's only 5, excuse me.
Guess what? You thought a $5 increase was bad? Let's take a trip down to the Microsoft and Epic Game Store, where there is no $15 silver option. The next highest is $20. You're now paying Bungie double the price for a new season. Guys, that's just borderline evil. Thankfully, any players who use these platforms are not completely screwed. Bungie does offer a $15 seasonal silver bundle as well, but not only is it separate from the other silver purchase options, it also doesn't advertise how much silver it gives. You actually
So it just
have to click into it to
It
see
fucks
how
you in
much
the
silver
ass,
you are
is
buying.
what it
But hey,
does.
it comes with the free emotes. Am I right? I do want to be clear. I'm not against silver existing or people buying silver. I've bought plenty of silver. I'll even meet Bungie halfway. I'm not against paying $12 for a season, but it's these shady, scummy, underhanded tactics that Bungie keeps using that pisses me off. Bungie, if you're gonna raise the price of a season to $15, at least have the balls to just tell us straight. I shouldn't need to perform mental gymnastics to decipher a
yeah, I feel like if they just said it's $15 now,
It's ridiculous.
I think it's worse that they said it's 12, but you can only buy 11 or 15. Because they could have just been like, yeah, it's $15 now. It is what it is. Inflation's a bitch. Fuck Brandon. Like, and like everybody be like, whatever. But like, it's like they think you're stupid,
change in pricing structure like it's a day one raid encounter. It's not the price increase that rubs me wrong. It's how Bungie intentionally designed it to siphon more money while deceiving the community into thinking it was less.
Disgusting.
Right. Cache of Osiris. Wait, wasn't that one of the raids?
All right, this whole video has been pretty tame up until now. That's all going to change when we talk about
was
seasonal
tame.
events and event cards. Event cards are the singular worst paid item ever added to Destiny.
Oh no, I played Lost Ark, bro. Like, this shit's already giving me PTSD.
Last year, Bungie had the idea to add event cards to Destiny. These are filled with event challenges that grant you materials, event cosmetics, weapons, etc. This card was introduced as Bungie's solution to simplify in-game events, making it easier for players to reference what they needed to do to earn more.
Oh my god, bro, like this game, like, am I just, like, is it just me, or does playing this game, like, I feel like I want to lay down. Like, it's this is complicated, like, just to be able to play the video game.
Rewards and complete
tired,
the
man.
event time.
I'm
Their
tired,
solution?
boss.
Plaster a giant pay
tired,
to unlock
boss.
button on the front of the event card to earn more rewards. You
Oh
heard me
my
right.
God.
You have to pay 1,000 silver, $10 for the privilege of completing challenges so you can earn these extra rewards.
Oh
It's
my
essentially
God.
a mini battle pass that is already inside.
So it's yo, dog. We put a battle pass inside your battle pass so you can work on the battle pass.
It is.
while
It's
you
it's
do your
ridiculous.
battle
It's
pass.
ridiculous. Like literally, when
What
you
is this?
when you log onto the game for the first time after not playing it, it's just you keep getting all these pop-ups on your screen before you even get onto your like loading screen. It's like battle pass, fucking new season, new store editions, fucking, season of whatever.
Of a seasonal battle pass model. If you don't complete the challenges, you don't get any rewards. And even worse, players often don't know that it only gives you 4 cosmetics. All the others on the card are free. This microtransaction is positioned strategically where all players interact with event challenges, because if you don't buy it immediately, Bungie wants you to stare at it for 3 weeks while you finish
God.
all your other challenges, slowly seducing you to part with $10 for a couple extra cosmetics.
Jesus.
But Cross,
Yeah, it's
only
crazy.
cosmetics. What's the big deal?
That shit doesn't really help you with the challenges. It doesn't help you with anything. It doesn't boost you. It doesn't give you the points to spend to get stuff from the challenges. You actually have to still do challenges, all of them manually. And this extra shit is just something extra. It's just like 2 dumb cosmetics or whatever for like $10. but then it doesn't really relate to what you're doing for challenges in any way.
Is the big deal. Events in Destiny
Horse
2
shit.
are only about cosmetics, and over 90% of the cosmetics you have to pay for. Surprise! Just like dungeons, seasonal events are not included in your seasonal pass.
I mean, I don't give a fuck about the cosmetic, like this stuff like that. It's dumb, but like, that's not what's gonna make me quit a game. I mean, god damn, man.
Purchase. You want to know why everyone thinks events are boring? It's because they are rehashed every year, and they revolve around spending money. Every new armor set, $10. New emotes, $10. Ghost shells, ghost projections, finishers, the list goes on. Money, money, money. It's so bad that Festival of the Lost has eternally been dubbed Festival of the Costs. Why would I want to participate in events where I get one gun and have nothing else meaningful to work towards? Normally, I have zero problem with paying for cosmetics, because cosmetics are just the extra cherry on top. I already paid for my content, and if I want to spend a little more, that's my choice. The problem with events is the cosmetics are the content. It's all over the marketing. It's in the silver shop. It's
Don't people like, this is what happened with WoW, right? Is like, I feel like once a game has so many cosmetics in it, it just kind of loses its, like there's like 5,000 cosmetics. What's 5,001? It's like a diminishing return.
my event challenge
Diluted.
car. Events became unfun a long time ago because the content came second to the cosmetics. Yes, it is possible for cosmetic microtransactions to ruin video games. Just look at Halo Infinite. Part of the reason why it was received so poorly, beside the lack of co-op and mediocre campaign, was because all avenues of customization were locked behind paywalls. This was always one.
Remember back in the day whenever you saw somebody with the Hayubasa armor? Remember that shit? Oh my god, back in Halo 3. Whoo, man, that was a big dick set of gear. You knew it.
One of Halo's greatest strengths. The Master Chief Collection on Steam still has free live service seasonal content. You purchase the game once, get to play some of the best games ever made by Bungie and 343, and visual progression is alive and well, unhindered by microtransaction hell. Best $40 I've ever spent. Even less when it goes on sale.
Yep.
Events have
Brilliant.
become just another way, though, to squeeze more money and double dip into the player base in preparation for the next season, and it just keeps getting worse. Is Bungie in the moral wrong for promoting more cosmetics during an event? No. Do I have the right to call events in Destiny boring and being mid as hell? Because
Yes.
there is little to no loot tied to them that you can actually earn. Yes, we do have that right. And because events are quote-unquote free to all players, there is zero monetary incentive for Bungie to spend time on anything more than creating the most attractive Destiny shopping mall for 3 weeks. I would love for Bungie to prove me wrong on
Yeah,
this
that's
one.
what the issue is that whenever everything is built around the cosmetics, it's like the game is designed in a way to make you look at cosmetics. That's it. It's like the game is like a fucking,
Pretty much.
everything in the game is like a bunch of neon arrows pointing at cosmetics.
Because
Yep.
I like the idea of events. They're supposed
And look, I'm guilty of it myself. Like, I bought a lot of shit in Destiny 2 while I was playing. And it feels good, right? It feels good when it's something cool that's in the store that kind of makes your character stand out. Or from the Battle Pass, because the Battle Pass cosmetics usually don't go into the store until either at all or until much later. So if you get a Battle Pass, it's kind of like, you know, good bang for your buck. Get a lot of stuff out of it. And I have purchased a couple Battle Passes myself, as well as because there was a big period of time, like I haven't played for like a couple of years. So when I returned to Destiny, there was a lot more shit in the game, a lot more medics, a lot more ships, a lot more vehicles, just a lot of cool shit. And I have purchased some of it because I liked it, but after a while it just gets overwhelming because they just shoving it down your throat all the time, as Asmon just said, like constant arrow pointing towards this and this and that and that, and
supposed to be fun, but there's nothing fun to do during those 3 weeks unless you like spending more money. The way you fix events in Destiny is by investing in the player experience. Supremacy during
not gonna
Guardian games
happen.
is a great first step, but that existed as a base game mode in Destiny 1. So we really can't give brownie points here for something Bungie gave back to us from 6 years ago. Provide players who don't want to spend money, meaningful gameplay, or rewards for their time, and then we'll revisit this topic. Now this next gripe is more of a PSA. Do I have anything against paid cosmetics existing in Destiny? No, I don't know if you...
I wish they weren't. Like, I wish you could just buy a fucking game. Like Elden Ring, you just buy the fucking game, that's it.
That's it.
Been paying attention.
That's the
The
best.
cost for everything in Eververse store is insane. $15 per armor set.
So it's a 1-to-1, right? So this is 15 bucks? Yeah, this is a lot of fucking money.
It's exotic emote.
It's actually crazy to me that a game like Elden Ring exists in our lifetime, or rather in the current market. A game that came out without zero, absolute zero microtransactions. It literally just had game content, what's already in the game. No add-ons, no skins, no fucking bells and whistles, no, not even a DLC up until now. Just your base game, and that's the content you get for 60 bucks. Imagine that. And one of the most successful games ever. Still. So it does fucking work as long as your game is good, as long as the developer is a trusted developer within the community, and people enjoy your games and they trust you, they know what the developer is capable of, they'll fucking buy your game. You don't have to shove every single fucking little bullshit microtransaction every single fucking second. It's ridiculous.
Can get as high as $12 each, exotic ornaments $6 each, and this all adds up very quickly, especially if you want to get one thing per character. The most recent price hike we've seen has been the collaboration armor sets. These started with the Epic Games collab during Season of the Plunder and have stayed consistent with every collab since. Assassin's
Well,
Creed.
yeah, because like now Overwatch is doing the mythic skins as well. So like now it's not enough for there to be a battle pass. Now there has to be a premium battle pass and a super premium battle pass. And now it's not enough for there to be a skin. There has to be legendary skins and mythic skins.
PlayStation. All of these armor sets cost 2,000 silver each. That's $20 for one set of armor. All of Destiny 1's, DLCs included, was on
And Diablo 4 is 25.
sale for just $20 just a few weeks ago. There's no universe where you can convince me that 3 armor sets cost $60 total, one for each class, by the way, and somehow that is worth the same price as a AAA game. Now, will people buy them?
That's why they did it. Because like think about it, you put in 1% of the effort and you get the exact same amount of money.
Obviously, yes. Will Bungie make lots of money? Yeah. Are we getting ripped off? You damn right. This isn't just Bungie doing this stuff. This is basically industry standard. In-game cosmetics are beyond expensive. It's your money.
It's
so
because
spend it
we
out in
as
the
consumers
events, but I figure
normalized
while
it
we're on the
over the
subject,
last
I should
10
make you
years.
doubly aware that everything in Eververse is very expensive and, dare I say,
How much money would it take to buy every single thing in the Bungie store for Destiny? Right now, if you went into it, what would be the amount of money? $8,000. More? 10 to 15K. Holy fuck.
dramatically overpriced. Now, Bungie is constantly devising methods to make you spend more money in-game, whether you're a hardcore player or even free-to-play. The constant scheming never ends. In addition to everything we've previously mentioned, this season, Bungie added an Eververse recommended tab to the store, so you can find offers made just for you more easily. Earlier this year, Bungie added the ability...
Diablo has this too.
to purchase weapon ornaments on actual weapons in-game. Now, I will admit, this is convenient if you want to view what your flashy exotic would look like with the new paint job. But this is also an obvious play to reduce the distance between the player and the purchase button. You cannot preview armor or...
Can you get cool cosmetics from like beating the raids in this game though? That are like equivalent to how cool this stuff is? Okay, well that's fine.
With shaders before you buy them. You have to purchase the armor, then you can see if that matches your look. If any of you remember, shaders used to cost 40 bright dust from Eververse. And if you're unfamiliar with bright dust, it's an in-game currency that you can't buy, but you can only spend on specific items in the Eververse store. It's designed to keep players engaged with the store, even if they haven't spent any money, in the hopes that they will spend money.
Yeah, this is a super popular thing that a lot of games do. Is they have a free-to-play currency that you can only use on the store function. That way people get into the habit of going to the store. Lost Ark does this with Una's shop. It's a really good idea. Or Mary's shop, sorry.
In the future. Anyway, Bungie raised the price of shaders from 40 to 300 bright dust, solely because they wanted to. Just another sink for bright dust, so you have less free money for armor, emotes, or anything else you want to buy. And they've also started locking shaders behind paid bundles too. And normally shaders would be frequently available for bright dust at the beginning of each season. Guys, it has been barely 3 weeks since the Season of the Deep launched at the time of this video, and no new shaders have been sold. Now, if you like ghost projections, don't take offense to what I'm about to say, but I'm of the opinion that these cosmetics solely exist to inflate the Bright Ingram loophole. You could also make the argument that this is why Bungie makes so many cosmetics to begin with. Every new season, there are at least 9 new ships, sparrows, and ghosts. These are all sold in the Eververse store each season, but a majority of players will never see or want them. I wish I could tell you how many emotes and ghost projections exist in the game as of this moment, but Bungie does not put these items in player collections. Maybe someone with access to the API might know, but your average player has no clue. Inflating the Bright Ingram loophole means every...
Oh, so Bright Ingrams are like a thing that you use to do rolls, and then because there's more things in the roll possibility, the chance of you getting what you want is lower.
Yes. Like a loot box.
Oh, that's so cute. Yeah. Oh, we've seen that before.
Oh yeah, baby.
You level up enough
this is what it is.
A Bright Ingram, you have to turn it in at the Eververse store, and you get nothing of value. Further encouraging players to spend to acquire coveted cosmetics. Now, if you're a New Life player, when you visit Shawhan to pick up your first quests and bounties, you are greeted with an exotic in his inventory. Except you can't collect this exotic. It's a short quest that you can only pick up after buying the most recent expansion. This year, it's Arbalest and requires you to buy Linefall. Last year, it was Sweet Business and required you to buy the Witch Queen. No idea if Bungie removes these weapons from the loot pool for New Lights or just pretends like they are part of the new expansion content, even though both of these weapons clearly belong in free-to-play given their age. Either way, shame on you, Bungie. Not only is this baiting players who haven't even played the game yet to spend money on an expansion, but you're doing it with content that has no business being tied to these new expansions.
I don't really know about that. I don't know enough about the game to know if that's like a good thing or not, but I'll take his word for it. Profit fall.
Now, what if I told you Destiny has now approached pay to win? Now, some of you may say that will never happen. Others of you may say it happened a long time ago. However, this season, definitively without a shadow of a doubt, has now pushed Destiny 2 into pay to win territory.
Really?
Let me explain. In the past, we've brought up issues like character boosting. Essentially, you can pay $20 to skip the Destiny campaign and start unlocking your subclass and getting a head start on other content. I would make the argument that this is pay to win. In fact,
I don't really care about boosts. Obviously, if you want to look at it from a technical perspective, they are pay to win. However, I only really care about pay to win at in-game.
We have made that argument in the past, and at the time, It was a pretty controversial subject.
Yeah.
Another hot topic is expansion pre-order early exotic access. If you bought the Lightfall Deluxe Edition early, you unlocked Quicksilver Storm months before the Lightfall expansion was even released. People who bought the base version of Lightfall had to wait until Season the Deep to use this exotic, which is literally over half a year total in waiting. Now,
Wait, so you're spending money to buy a gun that you can't use? Wait a second, am I understanding this? No, you could use it. Of course you could use it. And let me guess. The new weapons are really good, right? You know how Luocha and Honkai Star Rail just completely power creeps the other healers? That's crazy.
we thought that the weapon was pretty good in PvP. We called it pay to win. More people agreed, but yet again, controversial. The problem is, many people are reluctant to call Destiny a pay to win game. This hesitancy stems from one question. What is considered winning in Destiny? If you don't know what...
I mean, this is my perspective, right? Is like, if you can spend money and get a weapon early, and that weapon is better in certain situations, then it's pay to win. Obviously. Like, if you are a carpenter and you have a saw and a drill, you have an advantage over a person who only has a saw. How is this hard to understand?
Winning even means, then can you even win in Destiny? Let's try and break it down. What if we classify
like you can lose. I'll see that.
winning in Destiny as achieving certain in-game goals, going flawless, completing a dungeon, raid, or nightfall? All of these could be considered winning because they are difficult challenges, and they reward the players who complete them with great loot. Actually, I believe we just found our answer. Winning in Destiny 2 means getting great loot.
Winning in Destiny 2 is completely dependent on who you're talking to.
Nah, I think Aztecross got it.
Waters.
Pretty much.
You're spending money and your character has a better tool to solve problems in the game. So if you weren't winning, maybe this item would make it.
It's like this: the faster you can build your character to the max light level, meaning the faster you can grind here, that will upgrade your light level. The easier, or the more chances you will get to be able to complete harder challenges within the game, like raids, like certain dungeons, like trials in PvP. And you get that chance, or rather, that chance is sped up by you spending money. Spend money, you get this kind of the gun that he was just talking about. The gun is extremely overpowered. It lets you do more damage than another average player without that gun would have done at your light level. So you have more of a chance to be invited into groups for raids or dungeons or whatnot. That means that you have more of a chance to acquire higher level gear, and you'll get higher light level, and so on and so forth. It's like a snowball effect. And another aspect of it is that if you don't pay in that game, you can't even access any of that content. So you can't physically get to like a max light level if you haven't paid for the game. I mean, maybe technically you could, but I don't know. Because at that point, you'll only be have access to... Because if you don't have the expansions, you don't have access to the items from those expansions. Because certain items are connected to the expansions, DLCs, or whatever you want to call it. And if you just playing the core game, the base game, let's say free to try part of the game, you don't have access to any of those items. So you're only operating on the base item loot that's inside that limited free-to-play game that you're playing. So that's like maybe your PvP, and maybe some base old ass dungeons that are still in the game that you can play in the core game. That's about it. But because there's the content that's tied to expansions usually has, because there's a system of weekly or daily challenges in Destiny which grants you these powerful engrams, which gives you a guaranteed high level drop from them, like legendary engrams, and those are guaranteed. So let's say your light level is 1800. That powerful engram will guarantee a drop of, let's say, 1550, meaning that one of your gear will be above your current light level, and that will give you that boost. So once you put it on, maybe you'll become 1510. If all of your gear is 1500, you get one piece that's 1550. It kind of balances itself out, and you become 1510. So you grow in power, you grow in level. And that's what the problem is. And as a core player, as a free-to-play player, you don't have that access to those powerful engrams because you don't have access to that content. Just simple as that. So it's absolutely 1000% pay to win right now in Destiny 2. There's no ifs or whats about it.
Easier for you to win.
Whether it's armor or weapons, great loot is the reason why people play this game. Strip everything else away, at its core, people play Destiny so they can earn loot and use that loot to complete harder content. Or
there you go.
Enhance the content
Exactly what I was just talking about.
earning more great loot in the process. Owning better loot objectively gives you an advantage over other players in game. Need I mention the Immortal and Trials of Osiris or Galahorn at multiple points in Destiny's sandbox? That's why it's called a looter shooter. Loot isn't everything Destiny has to offer, but it affects every aspect of the gameplay experience. With that in mind, we can now assign a definition of pay to win in Destiny 2.
You're never gonna win with this, because there's a lot of people who don't view being able to beat bosses. There are people who think that Lost Ark is not pay to win because you can get knocked off the edge on Bolton.
Destiny 2 is pay to win when an unfair advantage in obtaining great loot is only accessible to players who spend more money than what is essential to play Destiny 2. If you have a better definition, I would love to read your suggestions in the comments below. But as of this moment, I believe this statement encapsulates pay to win in the context.
Pay to win is anything that makes your character more powerful or more effective in the game. It's that simple. Does it make your character more powerful or more effective in the game? Then it's pay to win. That's
yep.
it.
Of Destiny 2 or any
Based.
looter shooter quite well. All right, Cross, we get it. What's your point? Over the years, Bungie has been inching closer and closer to this pay-to-win line. And as of Season 21, Season of the Deep, they finally crossed it. Bungie opened the floodgates and are now allowing people to buy max rank for the entire Season Pass on day 1 of the new season. And you may be thinking, really, Cross? The Season Pass is not even pay-to-win. Is that right? Let's take a look, shall we? What does the Destiny Season Pass actually contain? Emotes, shaders, ornaments? What about XP bonuses? In-game materials. More weapon drops? Yeah, you can get those. Progression boosts? Season...
But whenever I said this about New World, everybody called me crazy. Yep, this is exactly what they did with New World.
The passes got him, fellas. Exotics, God Roll legendary weapons. Every single one of those is available from the Season Pass, and every single one of these you can buy immediately for $100 at the beginning of a season. It didn't always used to be this way. Years ago, you couldn't even buy levels in the Season Pass. But then in Season Undying, Bungie had a change of heart. You can now buy them, but it has to be at the end of the season. Bungie called it a catch-up mechanic, so no one would...
We know that sometimes life gets in the way, and you just want the last few rewards. So instead of just giving them to you, you're gonna have to pay for them.
This out if life got in the way. And it was from that moment the downward spiral began. Soon it was available to be purchased halfway through the season, then 3 weeks into the season. Now years later, it's available day 1 of a new season. Quite the catch-up mechanic. You only have 3 months to complete the Season Pass. Better buy the ranks now before they're gone. Good news, the bundle Bungie sells for the first Season Pass plus first 10 ranks also went up in price. And even better news, they'll be evaluating New approaches to post-launch content in the year of Final Shape, which is corporate code for another price increase to $15 next year. It all makes sense now. Why do you think Bungie added that $100 silver purchase option in Steam while simultaneously offering a new fully ranked season pass for $100? Seems awfully convenient that both these new features shipped at the same time. You know what else is strangely convenient? Deep sight activation. For those of you who are unaware, deep sight is used to grant patterns for crafting weapons in Destiny. Once you've earned 5 deep sights for a specific weapon, you can craft the perfect roll of said weapon. It is literally the loot endgame of Destiny 2. Perfect weapons with perfect rolls that takes lots of time to get. Deep sight activation is the ability to apply deep sight to a weapon that didn't drop with the weapon initially. This new quality of life feature was teased.
That system, by the way, the deep sight system, when I came back to Destiny, I had no clue what it was. I came back, when I was playing before, it wasn't in the game, and then when I came back, it was already really prevalent in the game. And I had I don't know, I put in maybe, as I said, another 400, 500, well, maybe not 500, but like 300 to 400 hours into the game after the fact, after I came back. And I don't think I've managed to, not managed, but like, I don't think I've crafted one perfect deep sight weapon in that time, because there's so much other shit to do, and to get a perfect deep sight roll for the weapon takes just so long. It feels like you're just getting fucked all the time in the asshole, right in there, and you're not getting it, and you're not getting. And by the way, you can get a deep sight weapon, and then the rolls will be shit on it. It's ridiculous. It's kind of like Diablo 4 right now. After level 85, you just grind, and then your asshole is this big, and then you have nothing to show for it.
Earlier this year, and was beyond exciting because this would have been a very useful avenue for newer returning players to earn old craftable weapons that no longer drop in the raw loot pool. Imagine our dismay when Bungie announced that the new deep sight harmonizer material that is used to apply deep sight is only available on the season pass. I got it.
That's really something. Man, this game looks fun.
On the free track and 3 from the pay track. 6 total per.
But that's the thing, right? It, like, mechanically and like as far as the gameplay goes of Destiny 2, it's extremely fun. Like, to play with your boys, with your team, is so much fun. There's so much fun content that you can do in that game. Like, PvP is amazing. I was predominantly playing PvP in Destiny, always. Doing raids, doing, like, heroic dungeons or whatever the fuck. It's all really, really, like seasonal events. Like, it's all really fun content. But it's all just buried underneath this heap of steaming pile of shit that is microtransactions.
Season. If you want to know the math behind that, if you're new to the game, earning every weapon that no longer drops with deep sights would take you 24 seasons to get them all. We haven't even had 24 seasons in Destiny's lifespan. Now, there is no method to earn these materials in game. All you can do is wait for Bungie to drip feed you with XP. Unless you don't have to wait. Let's say you want that God roll targeted redaction or that crafted Apex Predator right now. All you need to do is spend some silver. And just like that, you have enough deep sight to instantly craft any weapon you like. Sure, you have to get it to actually drop, but that's not a problem when you can focus all the season.
So, just so I understand, you can expedite getting these pieces of gear by buying levels of your battle pass that will give you the items that allow you to craft these things that give you god rolls for your weapons. Guys, I think that's kind of bad.
Yeah. Guys, I think that's kind of pay to win. what I
weapons at
think.
the helm and farm last switch weapons for a few hours. Purchasing Deep Side application allows you to completely bypass the craftable weapon loot grind for any crafted weapon you want. And you know what's crazy? Bungie pulled this exact same stunt with Armor Transmog. If you want to customize your armor, it was going to be limited and extremely complicated to earn. Oh, but also, you could just buy it from the Everywhere store. Of course, people were angry, but Bungie was still always safe because at the end of the day, it was only cosmetic. It can't be pay to win. Deep Side application is anything but cosmetic. This new feature is now being weaponized by Bungie to implement pay to win mechanics into the season pass.
Oh yeah, they definitely put it into the season pass, and then they put in expediting the season pass so people are compelled to do that.
Some of you may be thinking I'm overreacting. Let's listen to that data video just one more time.
A lot of people will now mention the slippery slope argument. Yes, Data, we start with shaders, emblems, emotes, but who is to say that they won't introduce materials, armor, or weapons in the future? If we see legendary guns for sale, if we see legendary mods for
he's
sale,
taking it all the way.
I'm gonna be mad. If we see something like 100 motes of light for $5, I'm gonna be mad. I don't want to see power sold, I don't want to see shortcuts to power sold, nothing. And as long as Bungie does not cross the line of cosmetic items, I think we'll be fine. If Bungie does
Well, they crossed the line. They did.
cross that line, you have my word.
It doesn't matter if Deep Side harmonizers aren't.
Was that guy mad about this? Was he mad? Not really. He quit.
directly purchasable from the Eververse store. It doesn't matter if in-game materials, XP bonuses, exotic ciphers, or progression boosts are contained within the vehicle we call the Season Pass, you can still purchase them. The lie Bungie tries to tell us is that these rewards are available to everyone. Therefore, purchasing it early is of no consequence. All of the deep side harmonizers are beyond rank 50 in the Season Pass. 99.9% of the player base will not reach those ranks for weeks, if not months. But if you have money, you can just access more loot, more rewards, more craftable godable weapons for little to no work.
They wouldn't have the features in the game to spend money on them if people weren't spending money on them.
Mortal had been craftable this season, everyone would have lost their minds. Just imagine if you could essentially buy a perfect PvP weapon and terrorize the Crucible with it for weeks or months with
Diablo Immortal.
Little to no competition. All hell would have broken loose. This doomsday scenario is not only possible, but now
getting there for sure.
Likely. If this isn't pay to win, fellas, I don't know what is.
It is. It's obviously pay to win. Now, obviously, I bet the reason why a lot of people don't care about it is that they already have these things and these pieces of gear already. So it just gives newer players a way to catch up. So it doesn't affect the existing player base. Am I about right with this? Isn't it crazy how, like, I've never played this game, but I already know exactly what's gonna fucking happen? Isn't that, because, like, it's the same every fucking time? That's so sad. It's the same song and dance. Yes, it is. It's like you can open up a gotcha screen and you know you have the limited banner, the limited empowerment item for the banner character, and then you have the standard empowerment item for characters, and then you have the standard banner. Like, every single one is the exact fucking same. Maybe there's like a little bit of bells and whistles, but for the most part, it's all the same. Jeez.
An argument I want to kill in the egg before it gains any traction is that Bungie is charging more money because they are making better content / another game. Don't kid yourself, guys. We know that
I
Bungie's...
think this is great. I hope that Bungie milks these Destiny players for all they're worth. The Marathon comes out and it's lit. So I'm going to play Marathon. I'm going to play that shit like it's 1999 all over again. Yeah, I don't care. That's fine with me. Yeah, milk these.
I probably will too, I'm not going to lie.
Team for Destiny has not dramatically increased in size since the Taken King. We also know
just what can you do?
A lot of more money than they did back in Destiny 1 because more players and microtransactions exist. Yes, I think the seasonal model is better for Destiny as a live service game. Yes, I believe that microtransactions have their place in Destiny. I'm not even paying extra for seasons. I buy the deluxe edition of the game every year that has zero effect on me. But I am sick and tired of the player base getting nickeled and dimed at every turn. The constant double dipping.
Some of these, by the way, I've really got to give it to this guy with this video.
Like, look at this. Look at all these expansions. And that's on top. This is on top of your battle pass, your other things. I think the base game is I actually don't know. I think the base game has some kind of price as well. I mean, I know it's free to try, but I think there's another layer where it goes, okay, it's free to try, and then there's like a... Actually, let me... you know what? I don't give a fuck. This is already... like, even if it's free to play to begin with, this is...
Like some of these like fucking scenes, especially the fucking Morpheus
Hi, Alex.
and Agent Smith.
Sorry,
scene,
just because I have to...
so good. These are,
I'm playing on
so
one screen and
good,
I'm
man.
watching this on the other, so
yeah,
the
so
chat is
clean,
closed.
they've
I don't see it immediately.
Yeah. How does other people being nickel and dime affect them? Well, the reason why it affects him is that he feels like it has a corrosive
Are you
effect
still
on the
in
entire
Moskva?
integrity of the game whenever the majority of everything that you see in the game is just an outcome of a microtransaction rather than an outcome of gameplay. So I think that's probably what the issue is. And then also, like, obviously somebody can just feel like they, like, for example, like with like sponsored streams and stuff like that. If somebody does sponsored streams all the time, the viewer can feel like this is weird, and they're like, well, what the fuck, right? It's like, when are we just going to be able to play the game and just enjoy ourselves without the looming, a presence of money, of spending money, of consumerism.
The never-ending increases in prices.
Like I think that like microtransactions. So I don't mean to pause again. I'll go back 5 seconds. What I mean to say is like, they're almost like immersion breaking, because like whenever you see something that's a microtransaction, it reminds you, hey, I'm playing a video game. Hey, this person spent money.
At every turn. The constant double dipping, the never-ending increases in prices, and confusion for new players. I don't even know why we're surprised. Bungie in their GDC 2022 panel celebrated their 3-step plan for Destiny. After winning back player trust and keeping player retention high, their main focus was once again revenue. We took Bungie's side.
Right. Get it, bro. That's it. You see, and that's what you do in hunting, right? Is you bait the animal, you gain its trust, and then you fucking kill it. That's right. The deer comes back, and it's like, alrighty, bitch, I'm ready for you now.
Then, when this controversy was blowing up, because believe it or not, we like it when Bungie's profitable. That's not a bad thing, but the pursuit of more profit.
Yeah, I'm sorry, like, I actually, like, I mean, I don't really play Destiny, so, like, it doesn't affect me. Like, I like Bungie. Because, like, Bungie made Halo 3 and Halo 2. And, like, Marathon was cool, too, back in the day. Like, my friend Austin had it on his Mac. But, like, so I didn't really play it myself that much, but, like, I remember seeing it. I thought it was really cool. So, like, yeah, I don't care about this at all. Give a fuck. Yeah, I can still be excited about it, but, like, damn. Man, like, the people that, like, and I bet that's the way some people feel about Blizzard.
Oh, absolutely.
They stopped playing WoW and like Wrath of the Lich King. They're like, yeah, Blizzard, bro, they're pretty good, huh? Yeah, they really, yeah.
What do you mean?
I'll play maybe Diablo 4. I hear that one's good.
Profits came with the promise that it would be built off that foundation of player trust. Newsflash, adding pay-to-win mechanics and lying to the community destroys player trust.
Yeah,
I am not going to support a business model that employs these types of marketing strategies. I'm not going to pretend like this is some turning point for Destiny, a point of no return. This is not a crossroad. It's just another step along a very long road that's marching us.
Let's see if that's actually true. We're going to go ahead, we're going to pull up Destiny 2. Here we go, charts. And so let's see what the player base is over the years. It feels like, it's like the player base is It goes up a lot for like I'm assuming these like little points are new patches. I feel like it's low right here because like I'm assuming like these are the big patches, right? This is big patch. This is a big patch. This is a big patch. This is a big patch, right? Yeah, because it's got the little things here. Yeah. I think the worst thing about this is the fact that their low for the recent patch is higher than any low that they've had before then. So, as much as people want to complain about this shit, if you look at the numbers, it's working.
Closer
Isn't
and
that
closer to microtransaction hell. As for
Isn't that
Bungie's
sad?
new game Marathon, why should I give a
Doesn't
damn
this look
about
so good,
Marathon?
dude? I love, like, I'm so glad because, like, I think Valorant has like such an incredible aesthetic. I'm so glad that we have a new game that's like so stylistically interesting, like Marathon. I think it looks fucking incredible.
I'm not paying to play Marathon. I'm paying to play Destiny 2. And as a diverse player who plays PvP and PvE, I thought overall things were decent. But then I listened to a clip from Grenader Jake, who lives and breathes PvP, especially Traps.
I think what Bungie touches usually turns to gold. Halo, Destiny, I bet you Marathon's gonna kill it. But do you want some real, honest feedback from me too? I think it's absolutely up that Bungie would abandon this game's PvP essentially, which is what they've done. They've made us basically no new maps in like 4 years, yet continue to make us pay hundreds of dollars a year so they can go work on their next baby. It feels like complete bullshit, dude.
It is definitely. Like,
Yep.
and remember what happened? Like, remember the last time we defended this? Oh, well, all the development money is going into Overwatch 2, and the PvE is going to be really cool. Remember that?
I feel like Destiny players have the right, especially Destiny PvP players.
And this is what, by the way, Chris Wilson over at Grinding Gear Games has the completely different perspective. And he even said, he's like, listen, if we had stopped development on PoE 1, PoE 2 probably would be out by now. But it would be doing a disservice to the PoE players if we just stopped developing the game they've been playing. And you know what the even funnier thing about that is that that's a free to fucking play game.
Pissed. We're still spending over $100 every year to play this game. They literally abandoned us. And I feel like that's really frustrating.
And this really put things into perspective.
That
Bungie
sucks, man.
abandoned Destiny 2 PvP for their new PvP game. Not only that, but Marathon is also getting all the bells and whistles Destiny players have been asking for.
Yep, as somebody who's just excited about Marathon, didn't play Destiny, sounds fine to me. That sucks, goddamn. Oh, yo, that sucks.
For a very long time.
Yeah.
Dedicated servers, leaderboards, new maps. Only after complaining year
Damn.
after year, buying new expansions and seasons year after year,
Oh,
are PvP
yeah.
players finally getting some attention. More than anything else, it's just sad that this much money has been spent by this many people, and what content do they have to show for it? Almost nothing. Bungie made a promise to make the game better for all players, not just PvE players, all players. Sadly, this isn't the first time Destiny players have been abandoned before. I know a lot of you have never played or don't care about Destiny 1 these days, but 7 years ago, before Silver even existed, the Taken King Collector's Edition was sold, and it included some custom emotes and class items. Back then, these were some of the best looking armor pieces and emotes in the game. Several of our editors were young teens at the time, and being Destiny fans,
Wow, that was
they
cool.
bought the Collector's Edition. Revisiting
Looks
those accounts
badass.
years later, practicing for the Destiny 2 King's Fall raid race, gathering footage for videos and so on, they notice they can't equip their custom Taken King items anymore. Items that they own, items that they paid for, items that Bungie would happily charge them $20 to repurchase years later are sitting in their inventory, and they can't use them. They aren't the only ones either. Forum posts dating several years back also complained about this
Yeah,
exact
that literally
issue. Bungie-
happened to me. This is what I was talking about. This literally happened to me. When I switched from console to PC, I couldn't use, I think, none of my shit. I literally had to start grinding from scratch.
hasn't fixed it. Why would they? Repurchasing old content isn't new grounds for Bungie, and paying for content just for it to be unplayable years later isn't a novel concept for them. Bungie doesn't care about their old game. Bungie only cares about their new game, the one that will make them more money, the one that gets the $3.6 billion deals, the one they can use as a vehicle to be as profitable as possible, pay to win or otherwise. That's everything. That's all I got, guys. This isn't a Bungie strike. This isn't me disowning Destiny for the rest of my life. Frankly, that will accomplish nothing. As a wise man...
Well, I said, you know, like, you look at the fucking graph. And the graph tells the story that nobody wants to hear. There it is.
once said, every gaming boycott is one 3-minute cinematic from being over. The final...
Very fucking true. I mean, look, hey, have I ever been wrong? No.
shape. Destiny's climax is on the horizon. Microtransactions will not kill Destiny.
That's
Destiny
right.
is not on the verge of collapse. It's in fact the opposite. Destiny is making more money than ever before. It has more
Yep.
players than ever before.
Yep,
And I
we
love
saw
that.
the
But the terrible
graphs.
truth is, this success gives even more credence to these business
Yep.
practices.
Absolutely.
It affirms greedy behavior. And
It
it
does.
gives Bungie a giant green light to invent new ways to
Yes.
take our money and devalue the player.
Well, it makes them realize that it doesn't matter if you do this because the players will complain, but they'll keep playing.
I remember the days when you walked into a store and bought a game. And now more than ever, I find myself diving into a game and finding a store. A long time ago, when Bungie was beneath the corporate umbrella of Activision, we saw the senseless greed, the half-baked products, and we rejoiced when Bungie went solo. Little
Yeah,
did
I
we
remember that.
know, we were going out of the frying pan and into the fire. Bungie in some ways is worse than Activision ever was. If you take anything from this video, I want you to think about everything we discussed, all the actions Bungie has taken.
I really wish people would stop being so loyal to companies. Look, bro, like, if the game's good to play it, if it's not, then don't play it. Like, just stop it, man. Like, stop simping. Please
True.
stop fucking simping.
Based.
Objectively and decide for yourself, where do I draw the line? How far is too far? And remember that, because looking back, we're already well and beyond what we would have tolerated 7 years ago. I imagine 7 years from now into the future, when we have Marathon,
Oh, bro, in 7 years, bro, Marathon, you're gonna be like, you gotta pay like $1 to play every day, and people are gonna be like, oh, it's just like the arcades from back in the day. But, you know, it's like, that's like $1, it's like a quarter then, right?
Fucked
It's
up,
like,
man.
oh, then, like, you get into the game, and there's, like, priority queue, where you can skip skill-based matchmaking and only play against scrubs, and just, like,
Imagine
farm
that.
them for content for YouTube videos. It's like a content creator mode, where you only get matched up against people that have, like, a really bad kill-death ratio, so you can look better at the game. Oh, yeah, dude, like, I mean... I actually think it would be really funny if you made a game and you intentionally tried to make it as predatory as possible. I wonder how it would do if it had good gameplay. Well, I guess we kind of already know because there's some games that are already like that. But yeah, Diablo Immortal. Diablo Immortal was a bad game. It was
who
a
knows?
bad game.
Maybe even
Bro, it
Destiny
was
3.
bad.
I'll ask you again, where did you draw the line? And I'm almost certain Bungie will have stepped over it.
Yep. Where do you draw the line? Does it matter? Does it fucking matter? There's a video right there. I've never watched this guy. His name is Aztecross. What a great video. This is so well put together, and I think that he tied everything together, like with that video. This was such a quality video. This was incredible. And you know what's really sad about it? Is that I don't think it's going to affect this chart. Even though 1 million people watched it. Isn't that fucking sad? Sponsored by Starforge too? Isn't that so great that the company is now big enough that I don't even know who we're sponsoring anymore?
I think that's because fundamentally, as I said, the game is fun as fuck to play. It's sad because we're living in a world where fucking we'll go along with all this bullshit as long as we're enjoying the game. If the game is fundamentally fun, no one gives a fuck. Okay, take all my money. I'll keep playing it. Doesn't matter. And it's sad because, again, at the same time, games like Elden Ring exist. Or games like Tears of... whatever the fuck, the Zelda games. Tears of Heaven. It's... yeah. But those are single-player games. They're different, you know. These are more multiplayer fucking things that we're talking about here. Who knows? Who knows? I wish Bungie would fucking kind of come down on this whole money funneling fucking thing, because it's disgusting. It doesn't feel good. If tomorrow they would release a statement and say, okay, we're kind of dialing down on some of this microtransaction shit. Like, you no longer have to pay for every single expansion. You can just pay one fee of a box price, and that'll be like, I don't know, maybe $80. They will include all the expansions that we've had so far. And then you'll have a battle pass in it, and maybe a store as well. If they did that, maybe, me personally, maybe I would consider going back to that game. But as it stands right now, there's no way. There's no way. It makes me fucking feel dirty playing that game, you know? Having to participate in that fucking cesspool of just complete constant fucking shoving in your ass, you know? Doesn't make me feel good.
I didn't know that. I had no idea. Let me link you guys the video again. Make sure to give it a like. Give it a like. This is great. Yeah, absolutely. And, wow. Of course it won't matter because people are addicted. Yep, there you go, man. It's just that simple. And, wow. I don't even know what to say. Jesus Christ. Like, I mean, I think that I'm gonna be honest. The worst thing about all of this is the amount of things that you have to buy. Like, where's the chart? It's right here, right?
Yeah. And the prices of all these fucking things.
This is crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Like, what is this? $400? Like,
insane.
It's not even,
it's
like,
insane for one game.
If it was just an all-in-one box and it's like buy all and it's $414, I feel like that would be less offensive to me than having to buy each individual one that adds up to $400.
Still offensive.
So it's like, not only do you have to give them $400, but it's a pain in the ass to do it. Like, you only need 6 of those? Well, then why are the other ones there? Or then why are they there? Some of them are dupes of others.
Okay. Well,
yeah,
look at this dumbass fucking chatter in his chat room. Oh, you only need 6 of them. Man, just shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Just shut the fuck up. You wanna buy 6 fucking expansions to play a single game? 6 fucking expansions that are 20, like $30 each? You dumb fucking dickhead. Whoever said that. You wanna pay, okay, you're not paying $400, you're paying $180 for a single game. Cool. Big difference. The fucking people that just they feel the need to fucking just correct in the most fucking parasocial dumb fucking manner. For no reason that brought nothing to the conversation. Other than making them look dumb as fuck.
People getting duped are the ones buying both of them then. Oh my god. I just, man. Gaming in the year 2023. Isn't that crazy?
Truly.
Somebody said something stupid, and I'm going to draw attention to it.
Please.
Somebody said that when was the last good WoW? Legion. Legion was good. The hypocrisy, it's no different to WoW, which you buy and promote other people to buy every expansion. You are a hypocrite.
How is he a hypocrite? He's not defending WoW in this. Again, another fucking example of a dumb cunt chatter. Like, what the fuck? He said 0 positive things about Blizzard so far. How is he a hypocrite? He keeps saying that Blizzard does the same thing. For an hour, he's been saying that. It's as bad as Blizzard. Like, it's all good. Fucking Destiny sucks, but Blizzard does the same thing. Like, verbatim is what he said.
Okay. So again, everybody is entitled to doing a gotcha statement, but it will cost you your account. So if you want a gotcha
I love
statement
this.
and you want me to reply to your gotcha statement,
I love this.
you can ask it, but it will cost you your
I
account.
love this.
So now that the blood cost has been paid, let's address this problem. If you refer back earlier to the start of this video, I actually specifically referenced this exact issue. And I said that World of Warcraft had this issue in the past, and the way they solved this issue was by condensing all the expansions together, and then all you needed to buy was the recent expansion. Everybody remembers me saying that, right? And you remember this being a problem as well. So there's actually no hypocrisy at all, and I'm being completely consistent. And the problem that I had with WoW back then has been solved by Blizzard because they have also acknowledged it as a problem.
It's like people look at you criticizing a certain thing, a certain topic, and then immediately trying to fucking think of another topic that does the same thing and putting it on you as if you somehow defended that at some point. Without knowing the context, without fucking maybe being present in the conversation, they just come in an hour later and just say some bullshit like that. And yes, it cost them their account. Fucking absolutely fair, in my opinion. If I had people like that in my chat, I'd be doing the same fucking thing. And it's just like, I never, like, just because you're criticizing one thing doesn't mean that you're automatically defending another thing. You can criticize multiple fucking companies, multiple things, multiple entities. I don't understand. Why is that so hard to understand for some people?
And I think that Destiny is running into that problem now. So there is no hypocrisy. You don't understand what you're saying, and you don't understand what I'm saying either, which is why you lost your account.
All right.